good to go. So I'm gonna wait for it to pop up on my phone as well, so that I have both chats. So it's been, 2 days since the last stream, and I have, of course, gone and done grinding. And now, since the challenge is done, since the Nuzlocke is officially no longer Nuzlocke, I should actually, no, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna change that in the title right now, live on air. Goodbye, Nuzlocke. Because this is no longer a Nuzlocke. This is the last piece. You can't see it very well, but in the thumbnail for this video, the word Nuzlocke is actually crossed out, but it's kind of behind the finale thing, so you can't super easily tell. But, yes, this is no longer a Nuzlocke, and because it isn't, I was able to grind. And I basically went and explored the whole rest of the region, and got everyone up to level 65 except for Vulture, who is 67. So Vulture now has Brave Bird, just nice moves to have. I was hoping to get something to replace Retaliate with, but didn't really get anything. Centuria is now level 65. Steamroller, Poison Tail are still the best bug and poison type moves that she has. Could not find Poison Jab, Rex Scissor while I was exploring the rest of the region, so those TMs are somewhere else that I must have missed. We have Sisyphia here, whose moveset really hasn't changed, but it's now level 65. Reyna, same situation, no real changes, level 65 now. Torchic now has Bug Buzz instead of Signal Beam, just a better move. Trico here now has Thunderbolt instead of another move that I can't think of. Though I think I did that in a previous stream, I don't remember. I just wanted to point that out, just in case. Yeah, so everyone is now higher leveled, ready to take on this new, harder version of the Elite Four. Last time I went into this, I had a level 68 and a bunch of, higher 50s. Because I basically gave up on grinding and decided to switch pretty much fully into just trying to get my Unpheasant as high of a level as possible. So right now I have a pretty good swath. Actually, I also sold my relic items, so I can actually afford to buy a few new items to heal with, because I spent quite a few of them before doing all this. So I'm just going to buy another 90 Hyper Potions and another 90 Revives. And then I'm also going to get full heals. Another 90. Alright, so we are good to go. We are ready for this challenge. Everyone is fully leveled, fully healed. And we have no clue what we're going into, so we can't really, shift the team around and organize them better. So let's just do this. Let us beat this game right here, right now. Let us finally be done. And I'm not going to speed up this, just because, now's the grand finale. Alright. I'm still not going to read the dialogue, but I'm at least going to be fast-ish. No. I'm at least going to take my time. That's what I was trying to say. So, starting off with a Baham, that's not a terribly ill-fitting Pokemon for this Ghost-type trainer. So let's just, let's get the Fan Attack in. It's probably not going to kill. Oh, okay, that was a crit. Did way more than I expected it to. I think that just makes Vulture more specially defensive than physically. That's right. Well, So that's fine. We'll carry on through this regardless. Even if Behaim gets healed. Maybe we'll get another crit. Probably won't. Its special defense is definitely higher. I don't know if that affects our stats, like our actual stats, or if that affects stat boosts. I guess we'll find out. Well, I still took it out, so I think it just does stat boosts, and so it didn't do anything. Escavalier. That's a tricky one. I'm gonna try Trico. If Trico doesn't work, we're just gonna go with Rado. Okay, a crit there was nice. That actually put me in a good range to take it out in the next hit. And that was even with it having its defenses swapped, so maybe now the next hit would have done more. Tropius, that's definitely a Reyna situation. And it's just going to be an Ice Beam. That should be a one-shot, you know, double super effective. So, yeah. Superior. I'm going to send in... Centuria. I was going to send in Torchic, but... I'll save Torchic for later opponents. Oh, Gastro Acid. Oh, okay, that was a crit. I was like, that was more damage than I expected. Did I get like a really low roll last time and I got a high one this time? No, it was just a crit, but still much appreciated. So far this fight's not been too tough, but I feel like at some point I'm just gonna run into like a brick wall Pokemon. Like that's gotta happen to me at some point. Something that this team is just ill-equipped to fight. It's gonna happen. I know it. I don't really have anyone who's like specially ready to fight a Zangoose, you know. So I'm just gonna. Oh, I forgot. I'm not gonna speed this up. I'm sorry. I accidentally sped this up for a bit. Oh, the gut detect. All right, so I was gonna hit them with a Thunderbolt. Well, no matter what, my next hit takes them out now. So, that's not too bad for me. Whenever my next hit hits. So that was the first one. That wasn't too bad. She didn't have any ghost types. But hey, she had a psychic type, and that's not too bad. I don't have anyone to revive, just have heals. Good. Alright, this is something I will speed up, is the healing process. Because this is probably like the slowest healing in any Pokemon game. Like, it just, I don't know, maybe it was worse in Gen 4, but it doesn't feel fast in this either. I feel like even with it sped up, it feels slow. And that's going at you know, a little faster, but like still, it's a lot. Oh, one of the interesting things I didn't really pay attention to. I think I found it out through the Game Explain analysis of the new trailer. Is that it doesn't sound like there's going to be an Elite Four, or at least there's going to be a step before the Elite Four in Pokemon Sword and Shield. And I'm really excited for that because holy crap, like it's like by the sounds of it, they're going to have like a tournament like the anime has always had, where you have to kind of fight for your right to face, to face the champion. And I'm so excited for that. That's sick. Like, that is 100% something I've always been like, well, the anime always has this. Like, why don't the games? And it finally sounds like they're gonna try and catch the games up to that. So yeah, that should be interesting when the games come out and you can actually, like, you get to basically a championship league, and it would especially work if they have multiple rivals, and leaks have suggested there's going to be multiple rivals. So like, you know, if you have a decent number of rivals, like that's something that Pokemon X and Y did, where they had a ton of rivals, but like, you only have like one true rival really, and then the rest are like friends. But I think having a group of friends, and then you can compete against any of them during like a tournament leading up to the champion, that just sounds fun. It also matches like the spectacle that the games are trying to give off with the Pokemon League in it. So I'm interested in that. And then also I found out that I didn't notice this either, but the trainers, like the trainers in the gyms, wear outfits that look like the outfits of the gym leaders, which I never noticed, and I'm like, that's cool. And then the other thing that's really cool about the gyms is that you pick the number that's on your uniform. So that's pretty interesting, and I feel like that's just going to be like one of those small things they put in online. Is like, you know, it's going to have like your trainer battle number, and I doubt they're going to be like, oh, this number is already taken, because you get 3 digits, and that's only up to 999 possible numbers. So yeah, but one thing I am excited about though is I'll be able to set my own number, which means, you know, anyone can pick their favorite number that is below 999. Oh, this is an unfortunate situation. Oh, never mind. We have escaped. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting thing. It's not super meaningful. It's like the least impressive thing, but it's just like, oh, that's a nice little side chunk of character customization right there. That was impressive damage. Jeez. Okay, it was a crit. That explains it. I'm just sitting here like, is it gonna stop? Am I just gonna get one shot by a heavy slam on this thing? Yeah, it's gonna take me out probably. Okay, well, Sisyphia did weaken it, so I'm gonna give her that, and I'm gonna finish this off with Torchic could probably take it out. Well, they went for the Endure, so I guess it was smart for me to go for a weaker move, but now there's a chance for them to full restore. I feel like that's what they're going to do, too. No, they didn't do it this turn. What? I was expecting them to full restore. So I went for another Electro Web just to slow them down more, and then I was gonna... Oh, it was another crit. Why are there so many crits happening today? It feels like this is like the day of crits. Well, Centuria leveled up, so that's something. Charizard. That's a rainless situation. Okay. I was just like, are they gonna use something that I'm not gonna expect? And they used Heat Wave. I'm like, okay. Alright. I have Thick Fat. Oh, I was hoping that would be enough. Dang. It was... Okay, that was a bad play, but... Trico can finish this Charizard. Persian's actually fast, so I might just go with Centuria here. Because like Trico's fast, but I feel like a Persian's gonna be faster. It's one of the fastest Gen 1 Pokemon. Steamroller. Steamroller again. One more Steamroller, because apparently all they have is Assurance to deal damage. Kabutops. That's a Trico situation. Let us hope that Trico doesn't die here, because they had like Aqua Jet or something. That would be really unfortunate, because this is the last one on this team. Let's see. Come on. Take it out. One hit. Come on, Trico. Ooh. Just barely survived it. Dang, alright. Unfortunate as that might be, Centuria can probably take it out in one hit. Kaboom. Okay. We are making our progress. We're halfway done with the Elite Four members, so might be in the clear. Let's heal up and heal up and heal up. Oop. Heal up. Heal up. And then heal up. Heal up. Heal up. Heal up. Heal up. And heal up. Yeah. Here we go. So, let's see if the Psychic type trainer has any Psychic types at all. So, since we're just starting off with this Leafeon, I'm just gonna do as much damage as I can. I feel like she's gonna... Oh no, she went for the Sunny Day this turn. I was expecting another Grass one. So, gives Vulture a chance to get the kill. That's nice. Porygon Z. I want to say that's a Sisyphia situation, because it's a normal type. It's going to get a boost in the stat of my lower defense. My lower defense is normal defense. It's going to boost its attack. It's not going to have many of those. And so then, I'm free to Psyshock. I don't know what that does. I forget. I think it just means I can't give it status conditions. So that's a safe one, I think. It's just a safe kill. Wow, I got the crit, so it's just gone. Okay, that was easy. Haxorus, that's Reyna. It's nice that I have no idea what I'm gonna face, but my team has become so varied, relatively speaking, that I'm almost prepared for anything. There's certain combinations I'm not prepared for. Usually dark types. I don't really have a specific counterplay for dark types, so they always give me some struggles. We got a Poliwrath coming in, which I have 2 possible counterplays, 3 possible counterplays for. 5 actually, because I would count Vulture as well. Wait, what? 4? That's 4, not 5. Yeah, that's 4. I just did another count. I can confirm I was wrong. Also, there's something I said wrong in the last stream about Sword and Shield. And I'm trying to remember what it was, because I don't want to like give out false information. Like, it was what I thought was true, but it wasn't. Oh, another Baham. I think it was a situation where I was talking about Gigantamax. Oh, it was Gigantamax, Dreadnaught's, G-Max Stone Surge. I thought that G-Max Stone Surge was a non-damaging move that set up something like Spikes, but it is not. It is a water-type damaging move that sets up Stealth Rock. The reason I was cautious to say that it set up Stealth Rock is because it said that it scattered the ground with stones, rather than, you know, it made floating stones. But from the sounds of it, it is Stealth Rock. It does deal damage. I had misread the thing because it said not only does it do damage, and I thought it said that it doesn't do damage. So I was just wrong on that. So yeah, that was a situation where I was wrong. That's the only one I can remember right now. If there was another, I'll try and hopefully remember it someday and address that. But I will say, I've seen a lot of comparisons, like graphically, between the newest trailer and like the trailer from the Pokemon Direct that was like a month ago, and there's already there's some texture differences. So I think my issue with texture filtering might actually be fixed, because that's an issue with the texture quality and the texture filtering, and it's sounding like that might actually get fixed at some level, because there's a lot of places where we're seeing improved textures across the board. So and even that might even mean that the tree gets fixed. Who knows? Though I will say, I remembered something that I never brought up to the discussion about the tree, and that was that early on in Sword and Shield's development, they weren't certain what it was going to be on. which was why at last year's E3 they just said, hey, we are going to be putting this on the Switch. Which suggests that they weren't certain. And this game's been in development for about 3 years. And only a year ago they confirmed that it was now going to be on the Switch. So, and I suspect that's not a decision that they came up with as of E3. Like, it was probably, a few months in advance. But still, that could mean that at least a year's work was done expecting these games to be 3DS titles. So that could point to some of the specific issues a lot of people have had with textures, animations, models, because this game wasn't built initially expecting a Switch title. So I think that well, a lot of the criticisms are valid and fair because there's a lot of issues right now visually. I think some of them are going to be fixed by launch. Probably not animations. Animations are probably going to be the same because animations take so long. There's going to be, like, if you see an animation that has the same animation as another move, maybe that will change because that could be like just they use as a placeholder. But I feel like for the most part attack animations are going to be pretty stable because they take hundreds of hours to make all of the attack animations. Because there's now, 300, 400 attacks in the games, plus whatever new ones come in. That said, Tail Whip claims are not fair. Because Tail Whip has never had a good animation in any game. I've seen people compare Tail Whip to Flareon's entrance animation, and it's true, Flareon's entrance animation shows it shaking its tail, but that wasn't a Tail Whip animation, that was on one Pokemon. It was only one Pokemon that ever had that animation. And it was not used for the move Tail Whip, a move that Flareon learned. So I don't think it's fair to say, oh hey, well they used it in this, why can't they use it in this? I think that that's a situation where they didn't use it like that. And people are just misrepresenting stuff, spreading false information. And I actually saw someone call that out on Reddit, and they were downvoted to -10 on r/Pokemon, saying, for their reply to the one comparing Tail Whip and Flareon's entrance animation, and they said, hey, I think this is an unfair comparison because one's an attack animation that's never looked good, and the other is an entrance animation. And people downvoted that, and it was a long comment, but all of its points were valid, and it was just, it felt like the people who were just upset were trying to suppress the people who aren't, and it's honestly how it feels, because it's true that there are people on both sides, the pro side and the against side, that are kind of delusional and going over the top, and there's no arguing with them. There's the people who are like, no, this game's perfect because it's Game Freak. And it's not perfect. No game's perfect. There's a lot of problems. We're hoping they get fixed, but it's not guaranteed. So there's that group, and then there's the other group, which is, this game is sin. This game is disgusting. If you even want to buy it, you're a bad person for supporting, you're supporting bad business practices because they're not listening to the fans. You're supporting bad business practices because they are also making another game that is not Pokemon, and they should know that Pokemon is the only game they are allowed to make, because that's the only one that makes them money, and if they were a good business, they wouldn't make this game, they would only make Pokemon. There's that side, and then there's the side that's like, no, I think that they're fine. I think Game Freak is wonderful. I think that it's smart that Tail Whip is poorly animated, as it has always been. I'm happy that they got rid of the National Dex because I don't like the National Dex. It's poopy. I don't like that every time I play the game I end up playing with the same Pokemon, even if that's my decision and not anyone else's, and that's really my fault if that's hurting my enjoyment, but still. There's... Hello? I see you at 1664. Okay, are we back? Are you fixed? I think it's fixed. It was telling me that there were no dropped frames. I'm sorry. I kept looking over, like, my phone's buffering. Why? So I think the stream is fixed now. Yeah, I can see it. So basically, if you couldn't hear what I had said, I was basically saying, you know, that sometimes people can be pulled towards the middle ground of there's good and bad, but there's a lot of people who will not budge and that are just trying to shout over each other, and most of them are on the negative side. But I don't know, I think despite the controversy, I think Sword and Shield are going to be fun games, because I know I'm probably going to get hate for this. I don't play Pokemon for the graphics. I don't play Pokemon for the world. I don't play it for the national decks. I play Pokemon Sword and Shield, and like I'm going to play Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I play all Pokemon games that I have, because I like playing Pokemon. That's it. That's all it is. I like to play Pokemon games. Like, I like to play main series games. They're my favorite games to grind in. You know, there's a lot of RPGs out there where you can grind. Pokemon's my favorite one to grind in. I like to evolve Pokemon. I like some of the new Pokemon designs. Duraludon, don't get me started. I freaking love it. I don't think it looks like Aggron. Aggron's still sick, but Duraludon's really cool. Yeah. So, like, I'm going to play Sword and Shield, and I'm not going to boycott it because I think that some of the animations being reused is a bad thing. And, like, I agree. Hop should not have house animation. That's a stupid idea. But I'm gonna buy the game anyways because I want to play it. Like, that's all it is. That's all it is. I want to play this game, so I'm gonna buy this game and I'm gonna play it. As you do. And, like, if someone doesn't want to buy the game, that's fine. That's not their fault. It's not their job to buy the game. I don't think the people who are saying, because there's some people saying we should boycott the games, and then there's some people saying, no, you should buy the games even if you don't like it. I will buy multiple copies just to make it sell more, just because you guys are being mean. And I don't think that that's fair. I think that people who are upset with a game should be allowed to not buy it, and people who like how a game's looking should be allowed to buy it. And you shouldn't look down on someone for buying a game that they want to play. Like, you know, I enjoyed Pokemon Let's Go as like a one-off experience. I don't think it's a fun game competitively. But it's a fun enough game. I enjoyed it. My friend Keith hated it. And I had a feeling he would. It didn't sound like his type of game. And then he played it, and he was really excited, like, only in, like, the last 2 weeks. And then after that, he just hated it. It was, like, maybe a month at most, actually. Where he suddenly just went super excited, and I was like, I felt like he would be more skeptical of this, and then in the end, he did not like it because he, like, you know, as I kind of expected, it wasn't his type of game. That said, like, I wouldn't blame, like, I don't blame him if there's another Let's Go game that comes out and he buys it, and he doesn't buy it. And I also don't blame him if, and I don't blame, like, I don't know, people like Hoodlum Callum who absolutely adore Let's Go. I don't blame, like, I'm not going to blame him if he buys the next Let's Go style game. I know I will, just because it's a fun enough one-off experience. So yeah, that's my stances on that. Pokemon politics. Oh, this is Christine? I thought, wow, I was not expecting Order to be Christine. That is kind of amusing. Oh god, it's Vileplume. As a fun fact, most of what I was grinding against was Vileplume. So I guess that's a fitting way to end this. Wow, we still have 25 minutes. I don't think this fight is going to be a 25-minute fight. Yeah, it's got a pedal dance too. This is literally like just a level 75 version of the Vileplumes I have been fighting. So that's a thing. It's a fitting final boss. Articuno. Articuno. Where did this man get an Articuno from? Christine. Oh, you. Alright, let's see. Let's see what we got. Someday I want to get my dad to try Pokemon Let's Go, because he's never played a Pokemon game, but he's grown up, he's raised 4 kids, all of which at some point in their life liked Pokemon, and kept up on it, and 3 of which are still playing. So, like, he's heard a lot of side knowledge about it, but he's never played it. But I feel like it's something he might enjoy a little bit. I kind of want to see what would happen if he played the game. So I wanted to get him to play Let's Go at some point, and it's not going to be like on this channel or anything. I'm not going to drag my computer to his house. For that, it would take a while. I don't want to have to pack up and unpack my computer more times than I have to. But I think it would be very entertaining for me to watch him play it for the first time. And I'm sure it would be entertaining for you guys too, but like, I wanna experience that myself. And someday I kind of want to get him his own Switch, because he loves Mario Kart 8. And he's been stuck with Wii, and he misses 8, and he wants my Wii U, but I kind of use it for the channel sometimes. And I'm like, maybe, but like I also am like low key. I'm like, I want to get him a Switch. Like, me and my brothers all save up and get my dad a Switch from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and like, I don't know, maybe a few other types of games he would like. Oh, I'm just noticing that my chat's not updating on my phone. I'm gonna reopen this. Alright, that must have happened when the stream went down for a little bit. I think Iris was an interesting champion choice, because that was a nice surprise. Why is Electabuzz named Trico and Galvantula named Torchic? That is a good question for Omar does. He suggested both of those names. Also, and I apologize for having missed your messages until like just now. My phone wasn't updating, and I looked over at this screen, and that's how I noticed. Alright, so now we got a Braviary. Yes, send in Torchic. I think Torchic was named Torchic probably because of the similarities in pronunciation to Joltik. And then Trico was a choice of, well, we have Torchic, so we might as well have another of the starters. And I think Trico, yeah, we have Trico, and then we also have Charmander. We didn't get a Mudkip. I might have been the one to name Trico though. I named it Trico because of the arms. That's it. First thing I think of when I think of Trico is its arms, like T-posing, like its Gen 3 sprite was. So that's where that comes from, actually. That one's not Omerdo's. I gotta take credit for my wrongdoings. Alright, well, Arena did not handle this very well. But Torchic can come in and get the kill now. But yeah, I'm thinking, like, I kind of want to give my dad a Switch with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, maybe the new Super Mario Brothers game, maybe. I don't know if he'd like it as much as normal Super Mario, like the old ones. Probably wouldn't get a Mario Odyssey though. I don't think he'd be into that. Okay, I have a stupid plan here. I'm going to have this Braviary kill itself. And my strategy for doing that will be to use a Hyper Potion on Sisyphia. Because this Braviary, it's gonna Brave Bird is... What? No! No! That goes against what I wanted. That's not what I planned. Alright, I'm gonna revive Trico. That's disappointing, Braviary. Got my hopes up. I've lowered his speed stat. It's already not that fast, so Electro Ball should kill. Dugong. That's actually not too bad. We already got Trico out, so might as well take on a Dugong with him. Or with her. Sorry, Trico, I always misgendered you. I have these gendered Pokemon concepts from back in the days before Pokemon had genders. Alright. I'm gonna use Steamroller. I'm gonna just take it out. That it might kill, probably won't. It didn't, but it flinched. So I'm gonna hit it again. I flinched again. And now they're probably gonna... Oh no, no full restore, so it's dead. Floatzel. Is that the last Pokemon? Is this Alder's last? Yep. Alder's last Pokemon is Floatzel. So, as long as Centuria doesn't die super fast, we might be able to take this thing out. Pretty easily. Though, I feel like this Floatzel is definitely going to be faster than... This is a risky spot. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use Trico to kill this Floatzel. But, to do that I'm going to have to heal Trico. Then hit them with a Volt Switch. And that's going to have to kill. So this is the big one. Survive it, Trico. I know you can. I mean, you have like an Eviolite, so. Ooh, we could actually get 2 hits in. That's more than I was actually hoping for. But let's see if this kills. That's it. That's the end. We're champion. That's it. That's done. This is a completed game. We're getting to enter the Hall of Fame. I mean, the team's much cooler than... This team's much cooler than my last team to get to the Elite Four. I mean, we still had a we still had a Scolipede. I think it's a Siffy. I don't know what the top screen's doing, but let's not worry about that. And now the bottom screen's doing it. Look at that. Look at that team. Wow. It literally took us 5 less streams, I think. And those 5 less streams were, I think, because like the last 5 streams of the other one was like 2 hours. Most of the streams of the last set were 2 hours. And this one had a lot of hours to hour and a halves. So I think in total time, the other one was probably like twice as long. Okay, maybe not twice as long, but like 50% longer, plus 5 more streams. So it's like another 10 hours. Because this was... It was probably like 20 hours, not the 28 that it says. Because of speeding up and then the grinding session. Or it says 38, but still. Still. We didn't do half bad. Oh, hey, look, it's James Turner. I follow him on Twitter. And he's the art director for Sword and Shield. Fun fact about James Turner, the first Pokemon he designed was Shadow Lugia. And the first thing he did for this game was the entrance or not the entrance, but the intro animation for the game with the start that goes. I don't know. It's like the best one that Game Freak's ever had. I'm sad that it's not there anymore. It'd be really funny if you brought it back just for Sword and Shield, though. But we did it. We beat the game the second time. The second victory. It's pretty nice. It feels good. I don't know what it is about Pokemon Pearl, but it annihilates me. I assumed that the reason I was able to get through this game so effectively was the Audinos. But I ran into like 3 or 4 total Audino in this entire run. So it's not that. Maybe I just got lucky with the random Pokemon I got. I don't know, but this was so much easier than Pearl. So yeah. I actually know what I want to do next, so I'm not going to have a, hey, what am I going to do next thing? But I will take a little bit of time to get to it, because I want to make sure that it works, hopefully. Wow. We did it. I have 10 more minutes. What am I going to do with these last 10 minutes? I got 10 minutes. I don't know what I'm going to do for these last 10 minutes. I don't know. Do I have anything? Not really. I'm kind of curious. What happens if I try to open a Game Boy Advance ROM with this? No, okay. It actually just cannot. Okay. Well, What should I do then? I will... drink my water. We got 10 minutes to sit here and ponder the mysteries of the universe. I mean, you know what? There's one thing I guess I could do. So I'm going to switch to this. But it's not this. No, This is the a new Pokemon trailer. Neat. I'm just gonna watch that. I got a lot going on that screen right now. So I'm just gonna switch back to this until I have it set up. Let's do it that way. Let's get a YouTube tab open. Let's get Pokemon Sword and Shield. Alright, well, we got A Drive. I want the new trailer, though. Which one is this? Which trailer? Okay, yeah, this is it. This is the one. I'm gonna turn up the volume more. Gonna full screen this. And then, now I'm gonna go back. Bam. And then I'm gonna switch to this. And I'm going to switch webcams to this. There we go. That's easy. That was done. I don't know what those words meant, but alright. Now we can start this. Is that loud at all? It's not too loud. Let's max that. Okay, now. Okay. Okay. Alright, now I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna watch this and kinda like break down some things I find neat. So here we see a lot of new trainers, and I don't know if these people are going to matter or if they're other rivals, but it's pretty neat that they're there. Also, I'm just gonna see, is this video encoded? Okay, it says this video is encoded at 60. Okay, so because the previous trailer was, like, for the direct was encoded at 24, so it didn't look that great. So here, if I go back, apparently there's, I never noticed this because I didn't go frame by frame through the video the first time I watched it, but there is one frame of a new Pokemon that looks kind of like a teapot kind of thing, but an elephant. Just looks neat. I'm excited for that. But now we get to see Alchemy, which is a whipped cream Pokemon that I think that looks pretty nice. I'm just going to say this. I wasn't a huge fan of, I mean, you can see this in my tier list, but I'm not a huge fan of Cottony and Swirlix. So I actually kind of like Alchemy a lot more. I'm not huge on its design, but it's definitely better. Here we get Yamper being a corgi. It's cute. Something I didn't notice about this one, Roly-Coly, is that I completely didn't notice it has a wheel. I didn't understand why it was Roly-Coly. I was like, oh, maybe it's curled up in a ball. But no, it has a wheel. That's what that is. It's a wheel. Duraludon, I know I talked about this one. Freaking love it. And here's where they talk about the gym challenge. We get some nice audio of the gym leader battle theme that we've heard. Chairman Rose. Oleana. I was going to say this. They're both very attractive characters. Game Freak, they are hitting their stride as character design goes. Every character in this game looks amazing. So like here we see Bia. She is ripped. Like, look at this. Look at how jacked she is. Like, that is impressive. That is I like this character design. She's jacked. She will kill you. And then Alistair is super cute. I love his design. Like, he has like a little Shy Guy mask. That's just really cool. And his like one thumbless glove and like his color scheme. Oh, he looks really good. He's fun. Here they're just showing off, oh look, you can Dynamax. But, half to Dynamax can also Gigantamax, that thing that got leaked a while back. I'm not a huge fan of Alchemy's Gigantamax, but I really like, go back, I like this beefy boy. Look at him. He looks so good. And he's got like a little wrinkly neck so that he can like pop his head out. I like him a lot. Oh my god. He's cute. I'm not huge on Dynamax Corviknight, or Gigantamax Corviknight, but that's also because I'm just not huge on Corviknight in general. I don't know why, but no one has yet complained that it doesn't really flat much because it rides the energy from the Gigantamaxing process that's kind of coming up from below it. So it's gliding on that like this. And that's just kind of like T-posing on us. And no one's really complained about that. People have complained about the Wingull animations, which Wingull's always done this, but this one's okay. And you can see, so this attack here is called Gmax, God, what was it? I can't remember the exact name, but it's, so this one, I was wrong as well on this, I think, because I said it was like a rapid spin. No, it's not. It's just terrains. It's not just terrains. This thing gets rid of reflecting light screen, it gets rid of entry hazards, and it gets rid of terrains. It's and my oldest brother actually told me that's exactly what defog does. So this is like a defog that deals damage. Sick. And here we see Gmax Stone Surge, and you can see there's the stones that it tosses up into the air. And Gmax Stone Surge sets up Stealth Rock. And then right here we have Gmax Finale, which deals damage to your opponent and heals your team for half their health, by the sounds of it. So, yeah, it's I like Gigantamax quite a bit. A lot of people are saying it's just Mega Evolution 2.0, and kinda. But one thing that makes it different is that Gigantamax and Mega Evolution don't have the exact same kind of fundamentals, because so the way Mega Evolution worked is it was going beyond the final stage of a Pokemon. So for single stages they would Mega Evolve. For triple stages they would Mega Evolve. It was basically an evolution that was temporary that you could add on hypothetically to the list of evolutions in an evolutionary line. You can't really do that with Gigantamax forms because they're not that. They're not an evolution. They're not a temporary evolution. They are a temporary form change. Which, it's pretty much the same concept, but the thing is, it doesn't only apply to final stages. There's not a single Pokemon that could Mega Evolve that was not fully evolved. In this, there are Pokemon that aren't fully evolved that have Gigantamax forms. And we haven't seen those yet, but they are confirmed, at least through the leak, that we've seen before, which I think is pretty safe to call true, considering it has Nessa, Milo, Yamper, Gigantamax, as well as a couple Pokemon that can Gigantamax we haven't seen yet, being Meowth and Pikachu. And Meowth, they say, becomes a long cat. Pikachu looks like a retro Pikachu where it's fat and has like a patch of lighter fur on its stomach. So Gigantamax isn't just final evolutions. If it's on Meowth, I assume there's going to be a Gigantamax for Persian. That said, they also said that there's going to be a Galarian evolution mechanic, which is like I don't know if they're trying to say it's Galarian forms, kind of like how Alola had Alolan forms, but Pokemon like Farfetch'd and Meowth have Galarian evolutions. I don't know if it was supposed to be Galarian forms and Meowth is just going to have a Galarian form and then it's going to evolve into Galarian Persian or whatever, but what we do know is that we have Meowth, which has a Gigantamax form, a possible evolution into something else that's specific to Galar, and then there's going to be the other forms, of course, that would then come in, and I don't know if it's probably possible to get a Persian through transferring, but not in the games. But it would be like in the regional decks. But it sounds like they're actually bringing back, and actually I know it's not a Galarian form because they did say that Farfetch'd has one, and it's called Surfetch'd. So that would imply to me that the Pokemon are actually evolving into a form that's specific to this region. It's kind of a cross between Alolan forms and what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a cross between Alolan forms and what Gen 4 did, making evolutions to future Pokemon, or to previous Pokemon. So I think that one, this trailer confirms a lot for us that it was leaked, and two, it gives us a lot to be excited about, because if Meowth has a Gigantamax form, I assume its evolution does. I don't know if Persian will get one, but I assume Persian would get one too if Meowth has one. If Pikachu gets one, I assume Raichu gets one. And that also would probably mean that Alolan Raichu gets one, because they'd have to share a Pokedex spot. So if you get Raichu, you get Alolan Raichu. It's 100% guaranteed. So I'm getting the feeling that this is going to be a very expansive mechanic, and I'm just very interested in that. That said, we've hit the hour mark. I have officially taken up another 10 minutes of your time since Pokemon Black version. But that's it. I don't really have anything else I can do here, you know. I don't have more for you. I'm sorry. So I'm going to head out and do human things as humans do, and I think you should too. Thank you so much if you joined me live or after the fact. Either one's cool with me as long as you had fun. I will see you soon. I'll probably see you tomorrow with a side day stream where I'll probably be making sprites for my senior project for college. And then I will see you again. I don't know if it's going to be in 2 days or when, but I will see you again soon with my next randomized Nuzlocke. I already know what I want to do, and I'm going to try and make it work. And I will give you an announcement on that before it comes. So it's probably not going to be in 2 days. It might be in 4 or more. I don't know. But we'll see when it happens. Hopefully I'll be able to get it to work nicely. But until then, goodbye. I'll see you later.